Internet! Hello, you lovelies. I am just walking out of Sinners, which I saw in glorious, full, true IMAX, which I do recommend. This film was shot in IMAX for IMAX. Before I talk about Sinners, please hit that like button. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the lead up to Sinners, or if you've seen it, what you thought of Sinners. And please hit that subscription bell if you haven't already. I want to grow this page to 50K, and we're getting closer at 45K. Let's talk about Sinners spoiler free. Now, this is going to be very tricky because a lot of the elements of the film that I enjoyed are heavily spoilered in so many ways, because the themes and because the nuances and the details and the things that really elevate this from good to great are spoilers. So I'd also recommend you lovelies and not read too much, watch too much. Go and see this film if you are already interested in it. The movie itself is so much about music as much as it is about vampires. And I love that music isn't just a supporting character or a lead character here. It's a lead character that's also used as a function, as a theme, as an element of pacing, as an element of emotion, as an element that a lot of good music can do. But even the film's formatting is not a traditional 3-act structure. The film itself remixes like good music does. It samples like good hip hop does. It takes notes like a good orchestra does from other elements of vampire mythology. It plays the hits in some ways. It also remixes and reconditions ideas, with Ryan Coogler pulling things that he wants from vampire mythology and upping them a bit and toning down other things. And by the time you're in this world, in the way that the trailers let you know it's going to be, you care so much about everything and the family and the community and all of these things, that the vampire stuff feeling like it is from another film and from films you've seen and from mythology you know and from stories you've lived and been traumatized by, it feels like this amazing remix of your favorite song, but with more context. And I really dig that choice. I love how much it really leans into the importance of community. And to me, that's music, is you feel emotion thanks to music. You feel a sense of bonding thanks to music. You feel the culture is so musically based. And this film dances the line of like culture versus cult, of what it is to be being a fan versus being a fanatic is just a turn of phrase. Being a part of culture and that becoming too far gone and leading to cult mentality and stuff is also really interesting here. And this film has so much to say. In addition to the remix element, which I really enjoy, and the music element I really enjoy, there is so much to say about what it is to be part of community, what it is to take advantage of communities, what it is to to manipulate expectation in ways that I can't talk about until I do a spoiler review. If you guys want a spoiler review, please do let me know. Let's talk about some things I can talk about. Michael B. Jordan as two different characters, twins, in a way that is so interesting, that is obviously something actors love doing, and the challenge of doing it. But he's really interesting here because a lot of times actors will add like a physical thing that's pretty large so you can distinguish them. Here it's fairly subtle. It's teeth. And it's, instead of being a big physical thing, it's such a mental thing. There's so much weight to these characters. There's so much lived in history that you can completely tell these two guys apart, both played by Michael B. Jordan, within minutes. They do a really good job setting up the distinction between the two and having them interact with each other enough that you go, oh yeah, there's two Michael B. Jordans, duh, there always has been. And they do it very effectively. But for me, it wasn't just Michael B. Jordan that stole the show. It was Delroy Lindo, who is long overdue for that delayed Defy Bloods Oscar he should have gotten a few years ago. He is sensational here, as is a brand newcomer, the second lead of the film, third lead if you're counting two Michael B. Jordans. This dude is an unknown that was discovered for this film, and a lot of the music I speak to is this guy actually singing and playing and acting and absolutely triumphing in this role. And there's so much in his performance that leads into the themes that I want to talk about but can't. There's so much in this freshness and this impossible dichotomy of Sinners. Like, this is a movie called Sinners, and this one performance being an unknown, being like a fresh snow of us knowing this actor is also such a fascinating thing of this is a brand new performance from someone brand new to us, and he's so interesting opposite actors we have so much association with. Speaking of, Jack O'Connell is not yet a household name, but should be. This dude is absolutely incredible in this. There's some scenes shot in IMAX with him that I adore. There's so much power to this dude's presence, and there's this maniacal whimsy that I love when vampire movies lean into. There's like Colin Farrell, speaking of a fellow Irishman, to Jack O'Connell, Colin Farrell in the remake of Fright Night has that maniacal, malicious, but still whimsy energy to him. And I love what Jack O'Connell does here with a similar flair and panache. And the gore in this film, my God, the violence, the bloodletting, the bloodlust, the lust in this film versus the bloodlust. But there's also such good practical effects. This movie feels like Robert Rodriguez, Tarantino, Carpenter in the 80s with small budgets, but with a $100 million big Ryan Coogler budget. And I think they did a really good job making sure that this feels like a cult film, but also has like the budget and scope that modern audiences want. So you get the best of all worlds as far as, indie sensibilities and the punk rock nature of making a movie without these guardrails, but with the budget of the studio system backing you. So Warner Brothers letting Ryan Coogler play and make something crazy is so appreciated. So casting, incredible. Music, incredible. Story definitely felt like it was so many different things Ryan Coogler wanted to do for years, and that is for better or worse. Like, there are things that I feel like the opening acts, the first half of the movie, I feel like won't be for everyone. It was definitely for me because it's like this Southern Gothic story. It's like this really classic, rich, dripping Southern Gothic story that I dug, and then vampires become part of that story. But the trailers, have a vampire action movie element that doesn't get introduced for a bit. So I think a lot of people won't like that. My struggle was I was really enjoying the Southern Gothic movie, and then I had to switch into Southern Gothic vampire horror, and it took a little bit for me to adjust to. I think on the second viewing, that'll actually be a strength of the film, but I definitely found myself like adjusting to the new movie that was right in front of me. So that was a slight, dip. But I think overall, Ryan Coogler is one of my favorite filmmakers working. Fruitvale Station is powerful and painful and important. Black Panther is so good it elevates the entire medium of comic book movies and is also just so big and wrought with emotion and glory. And then you've got the Wakanda Forever, pivot to making a movie about mourning in such a big genre. You've got Creed, which is, I think, the best requel of all time. I think Creed is a perfect way to bring back a franchise and make a new one at the same time and honor, but also build upon. But I think that this movie might be the most fun Ryan Coogler. I think this is the one he had the most fun making, and it translates to the screen. I think it's the one that's probably the most rewatchable alongside Creed. Like, I watch Creed to get charged up, but you can just play Sinners and feel the joy that all the filmmakers had. Ludwig Göransson, friend of Ryan Coogler's, I think his wife was involved in this. Like, the music element is so there, blues and jazz and so many elements of incredible artistry are on display here. Production design, this feels so lived in. I was born right near North Carolina. I was born near Greensboro. Seeing a southern, dripping, hot, awesome vampire movie that wasn't set in the city, that wasn't set in the 1700s, but was set in the early 1900s in the South was really fun for me personally, and I love seeing a remix in that world. So had a great time with it. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Definitely makes my top 5 of the year so far. Michael B. Jordan is every bit as impressive as you hope. Ryan Coogler continues his awesome streak, and I'd love to know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below. Is this your cup of tea? And leave a like, subscribe, press all the buttons. Much love, guys. I will see you soon for more. Bye.